I tell you. Subduing identity, subduing thoughts, anybody can do. It's not a big thing, I tell you. Thoughts can be reduced very easily with any simple technique. I know one sadhu. I have seen him day in and day out in Rishikesh. Whole day, the only work he will do is wash his kamandalu, the water pot. It will be just shining. But do you know, the most funny thing, he has less thoughts, very less thoughts. His only focus is that his kamandalu should not become dirty. His water pot should not be dirty. That's where everything stops. Any simple technique, even technique like washing your water pot, can bring your thoughts down. That is not a big thing. Subduing the identity means thoughts are food, identity is person who eats. Who eats should be subdued, not just the food. The identity grows, expands with thought. Reducing thought is not a big thing. Actually, without touching the identity, reducing the thoughts is very easy. I have seen a yogi standing on his one leg for more than 12 years in Kumbh Mela during my Parivrajaka time. He really had a very reduced thought state. But unfortunately, the attention people give because of his tapas has made his identity swollen like his leg, one leg on which he was standing. One leg on which he was standing was swollen. Same way, because the attention he enjoys from people, his identity was swollen. It is very easy to have less number of thoughts if your identity is getting more and more boosting. If the identity is not touched, it is very easy to have less number of thoughts. When the identity is touched, almost like a honeycomb, how if the honeycomb is touched, the bees comes out, like the thoughts comes out. I have seen many of my ashramites, they will really be having very less thoughts, calm, composed. Just poke at their identity once. People whom they don't like or there is a hatred, just one word from that person, like a honeycomb, whoosh, all the thoughts will come up. The whole pus will come out. If your identity is not touched, having less number of thoughts is not a big thing. Ability to drop your identity in front of anyone is the quality of sadhu, and I wanted this to be a guru walk to all my ashramites. What is there? You think all the abuse I am going through, I am worthy of it? It is excess being done on me. But that is the way life is. That is the way humanity is. That is because you did not become enlightened few thousand years before and serve the humanity. I am struggling all alone. See, lakhs of people died in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All the people who are dead, are they worthy of the death? They are not worthy of what has been done to them. But that is life. Standing up even when the life and humanity does not behave dharmically to you is Jivan Mukti. Standing up with your clear dharma, even when the humanity and society does not treat you with dharma, is Jivan Mukti. I tell you, even if the society behaves with you dharmically, you behaving adharmically is a demon. When society behaves you dharmically, you behave dharmically, is a good person. When society behaves you adharmically, you behave dharmically, is Jivan Mukta. I tell you one more secret. As long as you have certain identity, you will always feel society is adharmic towards you. It is a basic secret. Your logic is with pus. It sees only from your side, never from the other side. If I judge whatever is done to me by the society is adharmic, my logic becomes logic with pus. Fortunately, I never judged. Society is not a group of people. Please understand, society is the other person. It is not collective. Even a single person is society. Whom you hate, whom you think you can't work with, whom you think is worst person you have seen in your life is society for you. I tell you, if you have somebody as your enemy and feel this fellow's patterns, he cannot come out and he will suffer, he has to be given suffering, when you feel, understand, now God is sending you the diagnosis. Exactly you have the same problem. He is giving you the possibility to diagnose you. Most fortunate human being is a human being who does not suspect himself, who does not doubt himself, who is able to put completely his faith wholly on himself. You putting your whole faith on you does not happen by you convincing you, but it happens only by you dropping your identity by you. Only when you become nobody, you become center of millions of people's love. And same way, millions of people's hatred. But you neither love them back nor hate them back. You are just a black hole sucking the whole thing, where they disappear. I tell you, whether by love or by hate, if you come near me, you are gone. When you disappear into me, by love, it is called enlightenment. When you disappear into me due to hatred, it is called pralaya. That's all. But you dissolve into me. That is what Bhagavan shows when he was giving the Vishwarupa Darshana. Vishwarupa is beautifully described. There are many rishis, sadhus, sages, saints in the parts of Krishna's Vishwarupa, and millions of demons, devils, Gauravas, Rakshasas being chewed by the Krishna's mouth, disappearing into the fire which is coming out of Krishna's mouth. It means what? Both are disappearing into him.